Hey there, it is Kat Ramirez here, CEO and founder of Advertise and hashtag Social Buzz. Woo-hoo. Hope you're having a good Friday. I feel like my internet's not working very well right now. So if you can see me, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Or am I just like going slow motion and staggering? Anywho, so I put in the notes that it is Freaky Friday. And if you remember my live cast from before, I love Freaky Friday because that means it's time to decompress and take a break. And even more so now that we are, how many months now into this pandemic, that we have been working from home, or we have been isolated, or we have done things differently, right? And so today is a great day to talk about some things that you can do to decompose, de-stress, and figure out ways to re-energize. Now that it is fall, and I love fall, I don't know how many of you guys absolutely love fall like I do, but the weather is nice. It's beautiful. You can have the windows open. The leaves are changing. The only thing horrible about fall is, sorry, I know I'm getting some messages. Okay. The only thing horrible about fall is the fact that after fall, then it's winter. Anyways, so let me do a shout out. Beth, yay, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I know it's a Friday at 4 p.m. here in Milwaukee, so I may or may not get some people tuning in. Who cares? At the end of the day, if you're watching now, drop a line, let me know where you're watching from. And if this is your first time, let me know this is your first time. And if this is a rebroadcast, then put replay in your comments. That way I know who is watching and from where. And hopefully introduce myself, say hello, and thank you for participating. And I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time, because it is a Friday. So you could be doing so many other things, right? But we're going to talk about some things that you can do today or this weekend or next week so that you can decompress and relieve the stress that you have, if you have any. I know I do, because I at times find it very, very difficult to sleep because of the stress. And so you have a couple options, right? So one option is you could have a cocktail and maybe that'll help you fall asleep. Some people, it counters it and it doesn't do that. So Angel, thank you for watching. Angel Sanchez, I appreciate it. Yes, it is Friday. Yay. Beth is from Eclair. I love Eclair. And Beth, I'm not sure what it looks like out there, but I bet it is, the colors have changed dramatically. So I'm sure it looks beautiful out there. And then, of course, my mom chimes in. She's my biggest fan. She says, hello, beautiful. Hello, mother. Anywho, so let's talk about some things that you can do in order to decompress and to relieve the stress that you might have, so that come Monday, you're ready to go and you will just knock it out of the park, right? Because that's the whole purpose of this, is you have your weekends to recharge. That's the purpose of the weekend, whether you use only Saturday to recharge or whether you use Saturday and Sunday, or if you just use Sunday, it doesn't matter. Whatever the combination is, take some time off to recharge. That way you take that stress off of you, and maybe use some of these tips that I'm going to give you, right? And if you do, drop me a line and let me know you used it. Or if there are tips that you have used that work really, really well for you, let me know, because other people want to know, right? That's the way to go. Who likes my hat? Look at this, my new hat. I love this. I am all about the camo. And this is a gray camo, so I love this hat. I have pants to match it, but I'm not wearing them right now. But this is really cool. I love it. The red against the camo. I am so in love with it. It looks great. Anyways, okay. I'm segueing. Okay, so the first thing that you can do That is a suggestion from Gail Saltz, who is an MD at the New York Presbyterian Hospital. So one of her suggestions for decomposing and relieving stress is to have a gratitude journal, to write down all the things that you're grateful for, so that you feel that in your heart and you're able to accept and let go of things that are like driving you nuts, because you're being very thankful and you're having gratitude for certain things in your life. And when you write it down, the benefit of writing it down is you don't realize how big some of these things might be, right? So that's the whole point of writing it down is, you could sit there and just talk about it or just say it, and then it comes and it goes. But if you're writing it down in a journal, then you're really opening yourself up and exposing, like, I'm so thankful that I have a healthy body, or that I have my parents, and I'm so thankful that they're still alive and they're with me, and, whatever it is that you're grateful for. So that is one recommendation that will help you relieve some angst and stress, so being thankful and having some gratitude and writing those things down. Okay. Another one, from Matthew Walker, a PhD, of Why We Sleep. And I'm sure you can guess what his recommendation is to get rest, to get like good rest. So not just go to bed, when you normally do and get up. He talks about how a good deep sleep is good for relieving stress and anxiety or anything that you might have built up. And rest, good deep rest, helps you fight any things that might happen where you might feel weak or vulnerable about. So some people have anxiety or some people have depression. If you have good rest, you can combat those things. Those are things that you will now be able to empower yourself with. Okay. Another suggestion by the Cleveland Clinic, see, I did a lot of research here, is something I do very quite often and I love, is play with a pet. So some of us are very, very fortunate to have pets. I'm lucky to have 2 dogs. I have a lab pointer, Bella, and I have a Maltese, little Peanut. And so what is the best thing that happens when you get home? Your dog is so happy to see you, right? They're just like, hey, I'm so happy to see you. And how awesome is that, right? It makes you feel so good that someone's there to just welcome you and love all over you. So playing with a pet is another opportunity and way to help relieve a lot of stress and to help you let go of a lot of anxiety. So highly recommended. It helps with your cortisone levels. And it also helps you buffer anything that might, you might come across later or the next day or whatever. Saber said, great point. Rest is short for restoration. I agree. Absolutely. And thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Okay, so another one is, and a lot of people, there's some people that believe about this or that don't believe, but I believe it is a good tool to use, and you can do this anywhere, anytime, is meditation. I don't think we meditate enough. And I think that if people learn to meditate, that you would probably be able to absorb situations that typically might make you a little angry or upset. Meditation is a great way to really stay focused, to let go of bad energy, and to really, keep your mind in focus. So meditation is another recommendation. Dr. Saltz, again, recommended this. And his suggestion was if you play different types of music, if you try, because if you're having a hard time, I think what he's trying to say is if you're having a hard time meditating, because some people can do it and some people can't. But if you're having a hard time meditating, try different types of music, because some people react differently to different types of music in the background. Try different breathing patterns, and maybe it is your posture. and how you are holding yourself when you're doing the meditation. My recommendation is watch some YouTube videos. There's a lot of them. You can get a really quick tip on meditating, and some of them you can even meditate with them. So that would be a great thing to try. Okay, some other things which is perfect for this weekend, because it is the fall and it is beautiful outside and you should get out and explore, even though you're keeping social distances and you're isolating yourself. Another suggestion by Kelly McGowan. Some of these people, I cannot pronounce their names, so they're obviously really, really smart or really intelligent. Her suggestion was spend some time in nature. Take a hike. So find some places that you are allowed to hike that are very social distances. They're not highly populated, and take a hike. So she suggested what hiking does is it takes you out of your element, out of your environment. Especially if the hike is a little bit terrainy, so you can now work yourself up a little bit. You can do some breathing. And so she recommends that usually a 20-minute hike or a walk in a park is really, really good. And that should be enough to decompress and take some stress off of you so that you can take on the next day, right? I like that suggestion. We have not done that this year, so maybe that's something I put on my calendar. And she said that's a really good, easy way to get a dose of vitamin D, because you were out, right? So another possibility of what you can do is, if you believe in pressure points, you can trigger your pressure points. So Nada, another doctor, and I'm not even going to attempt to say her name, suggested that you take 2 or 3 fingers within the center of your wrist and you work on pressure points. I'm not going to show you because I don't know what the pressure points are. But if you, again, she suggested there's a lot of quick videos. There are other tutorials where you can find the pressure points, and that should be able to relieve some stress so that you can be a lot more productive, and then you can ward off any other additional stress. Okay, I like that idea. I think it's a great thing to do. She said this also helps in preventing nausea. It also helps with anxiety. It also helps with anybody who has like any chronic stress. So it's a really good like instant relief if you're looking for something. Pressure points and triggering them is a great way to relieve that. So something you might want to look into and check out to see if that could be a benefit for you. Another thing you can do, of course, to de-stress is to work out, is working your muscles so that you build up some energy, okay? So whether that is walking, whether that's lifting some simple weights, so when we're saying working out, that doesn't mean that you have to go and sweat, or you have to go and run, or, do a bunch of jumping jacks and push-ups. It means that you're doing something more than just sitting there or just standing there. So it means that you're exerting yourself a little more. So it could be simple weights, because he suggests that even if you had simple hand weights and you lift your hands, here and there and did a couple sets, that helps. That is beneficial to you. So you're just building up some energy and some heat, but not a lot where you're going to be completely exhausted, especially if you have some mobility issues, okay? So that is a great suggestion. And again, you're just moving your body and working your muscles. So let me shout out some other people who have given some really good suggestions, because there are some really good ones. Angel says eating healthy is important too. I agree. I'm a vegetarian, actually a pescatarian. So one of the biggest things that happened to me during COVID was I ate a lot of junk food. So now that's not allowed in my home. No more junk food. It's like the vampires. Yep. Kill that junk food. So eating healthy is really, really important, and being conscious about it, because we do tend to eat junk or snack more when you're stationary or when you can't do the things that you normally do. So I love that suggestion. That is a really, really good suggestion. Okay. And somebody, I love that. Somebody made a comment on my YouTube. I don't care. Panko, whatever his name is. Thank you for watching, though. And thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. First he says hi, and then he leaves something really, really rude. Hey, Jim. Jim says, hello, beautiful. Hey, Jim. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Okay, we're moving on. Some other things that you can do to help relieve stress and help you decompose is cleaning your space. Who would know that cleaning your house or cleaning your space is going to help you relieve anxiety? But it actually does. And this suggestion came by way of Susan Bally, an MD, and her book is called Live a Life You Love. So she talks about that a healthy living person has a healthy living space, so that you don't feel chaos or clutter, and you have that sense of clarity and calmness, because at times if your house is a mess, you feel that anxiety. So her suggestion is clean your space, have a clean environment so that you don't put more stress on yourself. And I love that suggestion. I think that's a really good suggestion, especially in the kitchen if you're cooking a lot, because we are confined. Then you want a healthy, clean environment so that you do not feel stress. Okay, we're getting close to the end. How many do I? Oh, I have a bunch. I didn't realize I wrote that many. Okay, again, if you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, drop a line. Let me know what your thoughts are, or some of the things that you're doing to decompose or relieve stress so that you enjoy your weekend, or you recharge for Monday or Sunday if that's your work week. So whichever day, doesn't matter to me, whatever works for you. Okay, so another suggestion by Dr. Saltz was to get some light exercise. Well, we already said that, Dr. Saltz. So he says the CDC recommends that you get at least 30 minutes 3 times a week. So that was his suggestion. And if possible, his suggestion was to work it into your day. So either at lunch, take a break, at the end of the day, get it in where you're still mobile so that you don't put it off and just avoid it and not do it at all. And I like that suggestion because that's what we tend to do. I love this one. This is a really, really good one. This one suggestion is embrace your inner child and play. Be a kid. Go play hide and seek. Go play charades. Play things that are going to bring silliness and have you get outside of your shell. Right? I don't see a lot of hands up for that. I would do that. I think that would be fun. So embrace your inner child and do something fun and be silly. Think about that. Chew on that for a bit. Okay. Okay. That one is, okay, that's set work-life. Okay, so another suggestion was set work-life boundaries. I think a lot of us are challenged by that right now and are struggling with that because I'll give an example. Like my office, like where I am right now, is in my living room. So if I look, let me see, over there, okay, let me see, over there, that is my couch, and then over there is my TV. And so it's a pretty big living space, a living area, but it's hard for me to have a work-life balance if I'm situated in my living area, because then there's not really an on and off time because it's right there in front of me all the time, 24/7. So that makes it a little interesting. I would prefer probably to have my work environment in a separate room that's displays. That way I can walk in and out of it instead of it just be smack in my face every day when I get up and when I go to bed. So, but if you can set boundaries and have some work life separation, then that would be great. For some of us, it's really, really hard. Another thing to think about is, which I am struggling, but I work really, really hard about, is taking your work to your bed. So that's a no-no, believe it or not, because you want to keep your sleeping space and your private space very secluded to a peaceful environment and all that. You don't want to carry work there. Leave your work in your workspace. So another suggestion, and that's from Kat Ramirez. Okay, as we do, okay, I have 2 more left, and then we're done. So another one is try yoga. I have tried yoga, and it's a little intimidating and it's a little rough, but if you can, try yoga. I think it's a great way to stretch your muscles and to get a sense of exercise without really exercising, because it's more of toning and stretching. And then finally, the last one. Yay! The very last suggestion that I have for you guys, I'm going to cut this short because it's Friday. It's Freaky Friday. We should be kicking our heels up, partying, having fun, right? And taking a break. So here's the last one, which is similar to meditating, but it's just do deep breathing. And I tried this, and this actually works, and it's actually good. In fact, someone suggested deep breathing before you go to bed, and they said that relaxes you and you sleep better. So my suggestion is to try that. And I'm actually going to try that tonight before I go to bed, because I think what the person who recommended that to me one time said, if you inhale and hold it 5 seconds, like inhale 5 times, like count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you inhale. And then the same thing with exhaling is hold it for 5 seconds as you exhale. And you do that repetitively, 3 sets at a time, and do 3 different sets, that you're really releasing all the bad energy out of you and you're putting yourself in a state of mind. So try that and let me know if that works for you. And I'm certainly going to try that tonight for myself. I give myself that recommendation. Yay! See, I knew talking about this and doing this is going to help me, and we're going to figure this out together. Anyways, it is Freaky Friday. I just wanted to hop on, give you some suggestions on some ways and things to do to decompress, let go of the stress, and recharge yourself. Take a break. It is okay to take your break, and it's okay to let go. I'm giving you permission. Take a break, let go, enjoy yourself, and enjoy the outdoors. I personally love fall. This is my favorite time of year. You can even take a drive. This is the best time of year to take a drive and to see the fall leaves and everything changing. If you're one of those unfortunate people in an area that doesn't have fall, I'm so sorry. Drive up to Wisconsin. Anyways, hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great week. And I hope you look forward to a wonderful Monday or Sunday, whichever is your start week. And thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. And we're all still protecting ourselves from COVID and wearing our mask and doing all those wonderful things that we need to do so that we can get past this, right? I'm ready for it to be over, but we're still safe, being very, very, very safe. And we're going into flu season, so it's even more important to let go of the stress and anxiety, because the more that you're stressed out, the more vulnerable you are to you're susceptible to like anything like a cold or anything like that. Okay. Thank you again. As I always end this, I always tell you guys that make sure you drop a comment, tag a friend if you think that they can benefit from this. And if you have any questions or you want any other shout outs, or if you watch this in the replay, put replay and let me know where you're watching from. Otherwise, I will see you next week, because I don't do this on weekends, and you got this. And I will talk to you soon. and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, Peeps.